Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of The Joy of Puzzles. Today I have for you Planetary Vision. This was published in 2020 by Ravesburger. Ravesburger has been around a long time. I have a lot of their puzzles. The company was established in 1883. They were founded in Germany, and they released their very first board game in 1884. Yes, those are 18s, not 19s. For 3 generations, they focused on educational publications and games. They got into the jigsaw business in the 60s. They are currently about a $60 million company. They have over 2,000 employees around the world, and it's really mostly Europe and I think one US operation, but most of the big countries in Europe, they have some sort of facility there. Now, interestingly enough, while they don't hold the record for the largest puzzles ever made, they do sell on their website 2 of the biggest you will find in general publication without some sort of specialized production. They have 2 puzzles, over 40,000 pieces, both of which are Disney themed, which would be a big hit in my house. The challenge is they're 22.5 feet by 6.5 feet in size. Now that's slightly larger than the drafting board that I'm using in my basement, which would barely fit a 3,000 piece puzzle on it. So someday I hope that would be take over the entire space somewhere in my basement and build that monstrosity. Sounds like fun to me. So I dropped a link for Ravensburger. The artist is Adrian Chesterman. I was happy that they gave credit to him on the box and pointed me to the website that has his information, a company called MGL Licensing. So I copied the little bio they have from him. Adrian Chesterman studied at Norwich School of Art and the Royal College of Art in London. His commercial clients include Nintendo, Rolls-Royce, Toyota, Universal Studios, Coca-Cola. His licensing portfolio offers a large variety of styles and subjects, ranging from hyperrealism to fantasy. Some of his work on his site I recognize from either puzzles I own, and maybe not, or close enough, and certainly puzzles I've seen on websites. So he's a pretty prolific artist. Nice to see their artwork. Strategy. Like most puzzles, I generally start with a border, and that is definitely how I started this one. And since this isn't a nature scene, so to speak, it doesn't have those usual big areas of single colors to contend with. This is kind of a pick an object, a sphere, an orb from space, pick a color that kind of sticks out to you, and plug away at it. It still took 6 hours and 45 minutes to build, but honestly, it was never difficult. You basically pick a sphere, go for it, and then you slowly fill in the space, yes, that pun is intended, between all the spheres with the stars and the little astrological bodies and symbols that you find spread throughout the puzzle. So, 1,000-piece puzzle, 6 hours, 45 minutes. It's right about where it should be for that size puzzle. So, review time. I'm going to rate the puzzle in 4 different categories on a scale of 1 to 5. And I'm going to start with the puzzle material quality. This is that blue chip puzzle recycled paper that I've seen in several other manufacturers as well. For recycled material, it's pretty good. I'm going to give it a 3. I've certainly run into recycled material that's not, so for me, that 3 would be high praise for this type of material. Puzzle cut quality. Weird one. I'm going to give it a 2, and it's based solely on the bias of when I opened the puzzle and started separating the pieces. I'm going to go with 10% of the puzzle was stuck together out of the box. I had to break them apart to build this puzzle. Now, I know that only impacts the first build, because certainly the next time I build this, or if I loan it to somebody, they don't have that same experience. But it's an indicator that something was wrong with the cut the die that punched this thing out. So I'm going to give that a 2. Difficulty. Well, this is a 3. Right where it should be for a 1,000-piece puzzle, less than 7-hour build time. The image is simple, but it's still a lot of the usual grinding away with it. But I don't know. I flip-flop on it. In some respects it was easy, but it was 1,000 pieces. It still took me 6 hours and 45 minutes. If I had been less than 6 hours or closer to 5, I probably would have given this a 2. So maybe I had an off day. Who's to say? But I'll keep it right there at a 3, right where it should be. Frameability, the most subjective of all my categories. I'm also going to go with a 3 here. It is a poster. Again, if you got a young adult in your house who is into space, so to speak, as a theme, you know, as a genre as far as books and interest in those kinds of things, this would be an interesting poster to have. Obviously not based on any sort of reality, purely fantasy. It actually might be more in tune with some sort of video game, some sort of space-based video game based on the colors and the proximity of all the spheres and orbs. So I'm going to go with a 3. Like I said, it would be a decent poster for a young adult. And these are, of course, aged for 10 and up, so that's their target audience. Overall, it's not linear. I don't add up all the scores and just figure out what the overall score is. But I am going to give it a 3. It would work out in this case. It is appropriate quality, appropriate size, appropriate difficulty for, you know, a good couple hours of entertainment. One odd thing, the material itself is matte, not gloss, and it almost had a waxy texture to it. Now, I didn't take away for material quality, it just struck me as odd. It's unlike other puzzles that I've built. And I have other Ravesburger puzzles, and they aren't like this. Maybe it's some sort of combination of the recycled material and whatever. Strange one in that respect. I definitely enjoyed the puzzle. I would loan this out. It's new. It's from 2020. You can go out and buy this one. It's, again, average difficulty, the right size, the right enough unique images that it's a good puzzle to build, especially if you want to build this with family. You know, you got kids in the house, something like that. This is a good one. It's you can divvy up the tasks and go at it as a group and not get in each other's way as, oh, everyone's working on the sky. It's not that kind of puzzle. You can pick a color that your eye is drawn to and focus on those pieces pretty easily. I ended up going sphere by sphere, just, alright, finish one off, or mostly finish it off, and say, okay, what color kind of sticks out in the box to me at this moment? Start building that. The other thing I build are all the little transitions, the edges of the planets and the background sky. You pull enough of those together and you create the entire sphere, and then you just start spotting other features and elements, and you immediately recognize where they go. Like a lot of the collage puzzles that I build, you can pull a piece from the box, look at it, and go, oh, I'm pretty sure it goes here. And I found that to be fairly true with this puzzle, and it was definitely enjoyable. I would recommend it. So, if you like the video, if you like the narrative, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe. I appreciate everyone who takes 10 minutes out of their day to watch these videos, and I look forward to making more of them for you. Alright, thanks once again. Hope you enjoyed Joy of Puzzles.